Today I want to go over a tool called Wazuh. Wazuh is a free open source tool. It is a security information and event management tool. It's easy to set up. It's good for beginners because you can set it up. You can then set up endpoints on your local machines, virtual machines, or cloud servers and see how it all works together. You can harden your servers. You can harden the security on your local machines, whatever you have set up for an endpoint. You'll see here they have a really nice dashboard, and the instructions are very easy to set up. So one of the first things we need to look at is the minimum requirements. I prefer to use an endpoint in the cloud as well as the server, so I can set mine up on Linode. All you need for the endpoint is just a 1 GB uh, Linux server. I use Ubuntu, and for the Wazuh server, you need a minimum of 8 GB. So once you get that set up, you'll go to the install and then jump into the quick start for Wazuh. For the server, you'll see just this one curl command here. So you'll grab this curl command and then you'll jump over to your server and run that code. Now, what you should receive back is this output that says that you can now access it through the web interface, provides you with the username admin, and the password will be generated inside your terminal. So I've already run it here in my terminal. So you can see that the password is right down here in the bottom. So I will now go to, I will jump over to my Wazuh and grab that IP address, and then you'll use HTTPS. You'll get the warning, just bypass that, proceed, and that will get you into the dashboard. Now I've grabbed the password from the terminal. So what we'll do here is just use username as admin, password, I'll paste that in. Okay, now we're set up. This is the server interface. You can see here in the agent summary, we have no agents yet because we haven't set any up. So what we'll do next is set up an endpoint. If you go to an endpoint summary, deploy an agent. Okay, I'm using Linux. I prefer to use this setup here. For the server address, what you want here is, if you're using Linode, it's best to go into the server, go to network, and then grab your reverse DNS to be your fully qualified domain. And you'll set that in there. And you can remember that that way there all of your endpoints you configure going forward, it will remember the server to talk back to. Okay, for this I'm just going to put Ubuntu for the name, and then we'll just leave this as default. Okay, now down here you'll get this command. So these are the only two blocks of code that you have to drop in the server. So what I'm going to do next is go back into Linode, jump over to my agent, grab that, and we'll jump back in the terminal. Open a new tab. get logged into this one here. Okay, then we're going to go over and grab that code. So we'll go back to the Wazuh server. We'll just click that to copy. Jump into the terminal, and then we'll just paste that. Okay, now the next code we need to grab is this section here. Same thing, just click it, it will grab all the code. And we'll jump back in the terminal. Paste that in. Okay, let's close this out. All right. Now, if you look up here in the agent by status, now there's a never connected. It's got my Ubuntu server in there for my endpoint. So if you click that, it opens up, and from here you can see. Okay, you'll see you now have one active endpoint. So you've got all your settings here, threat hunting, file integrity. You can go through and check. It takes a little while for the server to connect for some of the scans to run. Some of them are set on 5 minutes, so you need to let it run a little bit. But once you get the endpoint connected, you can go through here and work through all these dashboard options, and it pretty much gives you all the information related to this endpoint. There's tons of features in here. Like I said, it takes a while. This says no scans available. So you've got to let it run for a while to get everything connected and running. But you can see that you do now have one active endpoint, which is that server I set up, and you can go through here and set up an endpoint. Let's say you want to set one up on a Windows machine. Okay, here it is. This, if you go to endpoints and then deployment agent, say you want to connect the endpoint to Windows, it's basically the same thing. You click MSI, your fully qualified domain name is already in there because you saved it from last time. You would name the agent, choose default, since we don't have any groups set up, and basically the same thing. You go into command line and paste this code, and then the same here, this second code, and then you'll see it pop up in your dashboard. So that's just a quick overview of Wazuh. It's a really great tool. It's good, like I said, to set up endpoints. Then you can actually learn how to harden those endpoints. You can do file integrity checks. You can intentionally do things on that machine to see how it picks it up in Wazuh. So that's about it. I would explore it. It's really good for, like I said, new users. It's free, not like some of the other platforms that are, some of the other SIEMs have free trials, and some of them have no free trials or community edition. So this is a good one just to learn how to set up endpoints, cloud servers, and do some security hardening. That's it for now. I appreciate you watching this video. Thank you.